Guys, day three, how are we feeling? Right? How are we feeling? Have we been implementing some of our non-negotiables, starting to maybe go for a walk? Does anybody, let me know below if you have tried any of the workouts. I would love to hear how it went for you. Now, yesterday we talked about motivation and consistency and why starting small matters, why rest is super important, and why waiting to feel ready never works because it's a myth. Now, today, I want to go deeper because there is one shift that actually determines whether you follow through for the rest of the year or not. And ironically, it's the one most of us don't do, not because we're not good enough or smart enough or any of that, but simply because we just are unaware. And if you do not do this thing, if you do not make the shift, then we already know what happens, right? We go off the deep end, then we come into January feeling worse and just more disconnected. But if you do make this shift, I promise you that you will break down the holiday shutdown cycle permanently and be able to stick with it and feel great in your body no matter what is going on. And I literally just got off a call like 4 minutes ago with a client, and we were talking about this shift. And she was telling me how she went out for dinner last night, and because of this internal shift that I'm going to talk about with you guys today, she made healthy choices. She still, had a little bit of dessert. She still had some of the foods that she wanted. She didn't feel like she was missing out, but instead of coming home from dinner feeling bloated and sluggish and guilty, she came home feeling energized and inspired. And this morning, she actually woke up 1 pound lighter. Okay. So when I tell you that simple shifts and like this one simple mindset practice can change everything, I freaking mean it. Okay. So buckle up because consistency, true lasting consistency, and all of these things don't come from discipline. What they really come from underneath all of the jargon that we talked about yesterday is it comes from true self-love. Okay, it comes from choosing to allow yourself to have a new identity for yourself. Most people think that motivation is willpower. It's forcing yourself to do something. It is guilt and shame. But here's the truth. Motivation is a byproduct of belief and self-worth. Because when you truly love yourself, you naturally want to do the things that make you feel good, right? When you believe you are worth the effort, you don't want to stay off track long. When you believe that things will work, you stop self-sabotaging yourself. And this is why two women can follow the exact same plan and get completely different results. Okay? The woman who believes she can and the woman who believes she can't are both right. Okay, so I'm gonna say that again. The woman who believes she can will be right, and the woman who believes she cannot will also be right because your beliefs always lead into your actions. If you do not believe that you are worthy of something, that you are capable of something, are like just logically, will you stick with it? Of course not. But if you believe, you will keep going until it works. Okay, and here's one of the deeper layers that most of us never talk about. It's that self-sabotage isn't about laziness. Self-sabotage just comes from like a lack of internal self-worth, right? And I say this with love because I've been there and I get it. But if you do not believe that you are worthy of a body you love, if you do not believe you are worthy of feeling good, of investing your time and efforts into, your brain will protect you by pulling away from those habits because the brain will not waste energy on things that it thinks don't matter. Okay. So again, identity drives behavior. We do not take action based on our goals, which I'm sure I don't have to tell you, right? Just because you want something doesn't mean you are going to do it. Most of us have wanted to lose weight for a really long time, but it's like, why can't I make myself do it? This is the missing piece. Okay, because we don't act based on what we want, we act based on who we believe we are. So if you believe, I always fall off in December, I'm inconsistent, I always gain weight in the holidays, nothing ever works for me, your brain will keep repeating behaviors to make it true. Okay, your brain does this fun thing that it is filtering the world through how you see it. Okay, this isn't like woo spiritual stuff. This is science. And think about it. Like, look at your results right now. Your results are a direct reflection of what you believe you are worthy. And identity is just this autopilot thing. We don't really think about it. We don't have to think about it, which means that motivation becomes irrelevant when you see yourself differently, right? When you become the woman who believes that I am worthy of a body I love. I am the kind of person who takes care of me. I keep promises to myself. Your actions shift automatically. And that was exactly what my client before was just saying. She was like, I realized that I just chose differently. I chose to be the kind of woman who nourishes my body, who cares for myself, who makes the good decisions. And she goes, I didn't feel deprived. Like I still ate everything I wanted to. I just didn't eat the whole portion because I didn't want to. And she's like, I wanted to feel good. And this is the thing is she chose to think differently about herself and she naturally took different actions without having to overthink it. Because when you choose what you believe to be true about yourself, your actions will shift automatically. Okay? Self-love is the ultimate follow-through hack. Okay? And I am not just talking about like fleeting affirmations and bubble baths. Okay. True self love is an identity shift, it is a behavior because true self love isn't just, oh, I love me, blah, 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 affirmations, buy myself flowers. True self love is having the discipline to do the things that you might not want to now, but because you know they are good for you in the long run. But it's also when you love yourself, you don't punish yourself for slipping up. You don't all or nothing yourself. You get back on track faster because feeling good is important to you. Self-love is the ultimate, like, anti-fall off tool. Okay, self-love is the number one thing if you feel like, oh, I always fall off. Because think about it this way. If you love yourself, right, and say you go out for dinner, you do something, would a person who loved themselves be like, oh, I ruined everything. I might as well just eat a whole tub of cookies when I get home? No. The version of you who loves yourself is like, okay, I'm glad that I did that. I enjoyed myself. Now I'm going to get back on track. I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to have some healthy meals. Right? So, the magic question, how the hell do you do this? Okay? So, what I want you to do is number one, I want you to write down 5 reasons why you are worth the effort. Okay? Write 5 reasons why you deserve a body you love, why you are worth taking time for yourself this holiday season. Now, if you are watching on the live, might be hard to, sit down and grab a piece of paper right now because I'm going to keep talking, but make a note to do this or just sit there and think about it right now, right? Think about 5 reasons why you are worth the effort. Okay, maybe you have spent your whole life putting other people first, and now you realize that you deserve to feel good too. Or maybe it's you want your daughter to see a mom who takes care of herself. Maybe you just finally realize that, like, you know what? Life's short. I deserve to enjoy my life, not just survive. You know, maybe I've worked so hard my whole life. I deserve to feel good. Right? So, why are you worth the effort? Why are you worthy of a body and life that you love? Maybe it's just because you know deep down that everyone is worthy, right? If you look around the room and you think every other woman on this planet is worthy of a body you love, why not you? Right? So why are you worthy? I promise you, when you can connect to this feeling and give yourself proof that you are worthy, this is the first shift in believing that you deserve it and being the kind of person who follows through. Okay, next is I want you to do this mirror exercise every single day for the rest of the year. Now, it is going to feel awkward. You will not want to do it. You are going to feel very silly, but mirror work is one of the fastest ways to shift your identity. So, what I want you to do is every single day, look your beautiful self in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and just say, thank you, I love you. Okay? Thank you for showing up today. I love you. Thank you. I love you. Just keep it simple. Okay. If you want to add, oh, I love this, I love that about yourself, you want to look for other things, perfect. But if you want to keep it simple, look yourself in the mirror and just say, thank you. I love you. Because how many of us, we have trained ourselves that every time we look in the mirror, we tear ourselves down. How many of us, every time we just look in the mirror, we have trained ourselves to look for our flaws. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to change the relationship you have with the mirror, because the relationship you have with the mirror is a relationship you have with yourself. So if you are the kind of person who most of us are, who we look in the mirror and we pick ourselves apart, like it's no wonder we don't feel good about ourselves. So you get to retrain how you feel about yourself. Now, I recommend putting like a sticky note or something on your mirror to remind you to do this. And this is the beautiful thing is if you do this on like your home bathroom mirror that you see a few times throughout the day, eventually, anytime you look in the mirror, you will start doing this. And just think about this. Like if you become the kind of person who when you look in the mirror, you thank your body and you love yourself and you appreciate yourself, how can you not naturally take better actions? Right? This is going to build your self-worth because again, the more you believe that you are worthy, the more you love you, the easier it is to do hard things because you believe you deserve it. Okay? Now, the last step in doing this is to pick one non-negotiable and do it every single day. Okay, I know we've talked about non-negotiables a lot, so I want you to pick one that you know you can do every single day because love, we like think about a relationship. True love is built on trust, and we build trust through doing what we say we're going to do. So, because if you're in a relationship with somebody, they keep telling you they're going to do something and they don't, eventually you build up that resentment. You stop trusting that person, you stop loving that person. Same, bitch. You told yourself that you're going to start eating healthy on Monday. Every time you tell yourself you're going to do something and you don't, you are breaking that trust. The beautiful thing is you can rebuild it super fast. You can rebuild it super simple. So pick one small habit. Could be drinking a glass of water before your morning coffee. Could be a 10-minute walk. It could be adding protein to your breakfast. Doesn't matter. All that matters is you pick one habit and you do it every single day without fail. Okay, it doesn't matter what the habit is. All that matters is that you keep this promise to yourself. Not for me, but because when you keep this promise to yourself, you are building that trust in yourself. And every single time you do what you say you're going to do, this is where we become the kind of person who follows through. Because the way you do one thing is the way you do all things. So if you always say you're going to do something and you never do it, this is why you don't believe in yourself. This is why you're like, oh, I don't think that diet's going to work for me. I don't think that workout program's going to work for me. Because you have trained yourself to not take action. And this is why one of the biggest things I do with my clients is I focus on making it simple, creating small foundations, celebrating ourselves along the way. Because the simpler it is, the more you build that self-trust, the easier it becomes to stick with it. This is why I never recommend 5, 6 workouts a week because I know you're not going to be able to stick with it. I don't even work out that much. So you want to learn to keep the promises that you have to yourself. And the more you can do this, the easier everything gets. Okay. So again, what I want you guys to do is think about why are you worth the effort? Prove to yourself that you are worth it. Every single day, look yourself in the mirror, tell yourself, thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. I promise you, you will feel weird at first, but the more you say it, the better it is going to feel. And the more you do what you say you're going to do, the easier it gets to follow through. Okay. So again, when you shift your identity, just like my client who I just shared about, you stop relying on motivation because now your habits aren't something you're trying to do. It is just who you are. And that is my goal. That is my goal in my programs. That is my goal in everything that I teach. That is my goal for all of you in here is to become the woman. Become the woman who believes she is worth the effort, who has a higher standard for herself and who holds that higher standard. So what is that thing, right? Because I promise you, every time you keep that habit, every time you keep your promise to yourself, you build that self-belief. You build that belief and you believe in yourself a little bit more. Imagine how good it would feel to be the woman who doesn't fall off in December, who doesn't erase all of her progress, who doesn't abandon herself, and who goes into January already in emotion or already in momentum. This is where this mindset shift takes you. Okay. So allow yourself to believe it a little bit more, to know that you are worth the effort, that you deserve to know how good it feels. Because here's the secret. The only person you have to convince that you are worthy of a body you love is you. But I promise you, once you convince yourself that you are worthy, everything else just comes so easily. All right, guys. So share it in the comments. What is your non-negotiable? And who are you becoming? What kind of woman are you becoming? Right? Who are you becoming this month? I'm becoming the kind of woman who prioritizes myself no matter what. I'm becoming the kind of person who takes care of me. What are you doing for you? Because it's not just the actions you take, it's who you are being. And when you change who you are being, everything else falls into place. All right, guys. So I hope you've been enjoying the challenge so far. Let me know in the comments if you are enjoying it, how you are feeling, if you have any questions. Tomorrow is day 4. I will be going live one more time tomorrow, putting it all together, giving you guys some things to take home and just really to make sure you get the most out of this. Okay, so like I said, I hope you guys are loving this. I hope you're feeling amazing. Let me know in the comments what you are up to. And other than that, I will see your beautiful faces tomorrow.